pages come together beautifully and easily, like they're making themselves. This page is not one of them. I'm working today in my Maximal Mini Journal, and I have a not-so-secret formula. Every spread includes a quote that I find meaningful or inspirational, and a focal point that brings the message to life. And in this page, I'm using the quote, "Never, no never did nature say one thing and wisdom another." And I've chosen an owl image from an old field guide as a focal point. This should be easy, but I'm struggling with this. So I'm adding gesso here to this page because you can see where the color has bled through from the watercolors on the page before it. And I didn't want that to happen, so I added a little gesso to begin with, and then I stamped an image. I'm creating a background. Again, this is very much in the formula. Quote, focal image, create background, should be easy. I had watched someone who was dyeing some cotton lace with their distress inks, and I wanted to use that technique, and I used it on a piece of muslin fabric here to really kind of get this fabric into the colors that I felt like would match my page. I was going for a neutral, natural color scheme here. So I used rustic wilderness and burnt sienna and vintage photo to dye this piece of fabric. And then I inked the background of the page using crackling campfire distress ink, and I think that that's walnut stain. Sure does look like walnut stain. And then I attached the dry pocket to the page. This is some beautiful lace, I guess. It kind of reminds me of burlap. Perfect for this page. This is really kind of where I started to get stuck. I had my focal image. I had the background, and I know that it's not enough. I know that. But I didn't really know what to add. I have this other really cool woodland lace kind of a thing. I don't even know where I got this. But I have a whole roll of it. It matches the colors. It matches the theme. It felt like I didn't like these colors. I felt it looked kind of muddy and dull. I couldn't get the composition right. I didn't know what to add. I knew I wanted to use this stamp to make a moon shape to go with the page. So I did that, and I added that, and that just didn't look right either. So what I do is I walk away. And what I really decided is when I found that journaling card that I had made previously, and I looked at it and I put that on the page, which I didn't really film, that's when everything started to make sense. So I went away. I slept on it overnight. I came back in the morning. I tried something different. I tried that journaling card and switched it out for my focal point. And that's when I decided, oh, I need to continue to fill in the background. I know that. I do. I've been doing this for a while. I know that like filling in the background, adding more stuff is what's gonna get you through this ugly bit. And I pulled out some more images and I remembered that I had these mushroom images. These are a Tim Holtz line, and as well as the background that I wind up using. The next day, this page came together beautifully. I already had the background. I'd already done a lot of the work, and now I got to just play. And this is a beautiful place to be. I picked a background image, I tore around the edges. I'm basically making a tag here and layering my focal image into, I'm giving it a background to live in. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more until it was enough. This is some beautiful handmade paper that I have in my collection of wonderful things. And then I add some of those labels. And here I just really got to get lost in adding the details. Even after I thought I was done, it was kind of like, oh, there's one more thing to add, one more thing to add. This is where I finally got to the fun part, where I could take all these images that I've collected and really pull them out. But I couldn't do this the day before. I don't know, I was stuck. Sometimes changing perspective and stepping away is what you really need. You don't have to sleep on it overnight. Sometimes it helps me to just get up and go get a glass of water and come back. I get so stuck sometimes in looking at something and looking at something and looking at something and picking out all of the little tiny things that I don't like about it, that I forget to see the things that I do like about it. I don't know, does that ever happen to you? I really loved playing with these mushroom images. I bought them and I've been kind of holding on to them, waiting for the right time to use them, and I'm so glad that I pulled them out and used them on this page because they go so well with the colors and they were just beautiful to work with. In the end, it turned out that I really love the way that this page came out. I love the colors. I love the image. I really enjoyed making it. I just really needed to kind of step away when I got stuck and come back and see it with fresh eyes. And then it really just kind of came together by itself. And here I add the quote. Again, the quote is, "Never, no never, did nature say one thing and wisdom another." I went into this thinking that was the message for this page, but in the end, I learned that maybe I need to be more patient, maybe I need to slow down and take my time and really enjoy what I'm doing. And if I'm not enjoying it, I can move on and do something else. I love it when pages have messages for me, and it's surprising how often they do. I'll remember this, to slow down and be patient whenever I see this page.